We're doing another episode of Combo Doctor today. If you don't know, this is a regular segment we do from time to time. It's a fun one. I ask people to submit replays of matches where you couldn't figure out how to make a combo kill. So we're all about optimization today. So I'm going to review those combos and see if I can find a way to make them a KO where they otherwise wouldn't be, or failing that, at the very least optimize them as much as possible. So if you like this sort of stuff, please remember to hit subscribe and let's get on with the video. Also, as a slightly unique one for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the replay code up on screen before each one. If you want to turn this into a fun little competition, you can try and solve them yourselves and then compare results with how I did. So I'm going to start with this one. And the reason I'm going to start with this one is this is an Aki replay, and I like to warm up with something that I think I have a good chance of solving. Alright, so the information I've got here is Aki, third round, 81 seconds. 81 seconds is a very high timer to start, so this could be a very high damage threshold. If there was only 20 seconds before the will it kill situation. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I can definitely optimize this. I can say that much. I can definitely get more than that. I think I might be able to kill from here. This is going to be a close one. This is going to be close. I think this might be possible because you can micro walk, which is always a classic feature of these segments. I'm going to save a state here. You correctly parried, which means you have 6 bars of drive. I already know exactly what combo I want to do as well. This is a frame perfect micro walk, so it might take a few attempts. Doctor hasn't used his scalpel in a while. There we go. I think you're gonna survive with a pixel. Okay, so that's with the frame perfect micro walk. It comes very close, but it's not quite enough. Usually I would try 1,000 other options. There's not a whole lot of other options here available to me. Could also investigate this route, which is sometimes more. Pretty similar, but not quite enough. I'm gonna say this is probably not possible to kill from here. It's very close. The only thing I will say is that the nice thing about optimizing this a little bit more than you did is that if you do a combo like this, the nice thing about this is that because your opponent's health is so low, I'm just going to pause it here. Because your opponent's health is so low, you're not actually in that bad of a position here. Usually when you're in burnout with 0 bars, that's the worst possible situation to be in. But if your opponent's health is that low, they pretty much can't just throw out DI because they won't be able to armor through stuff, they'll just die. So you get more damage doing a combo like that, and also it puts you in a slightly safer situation afterwards. So yeah, I'm gonna say that first one's not possible, but you can definitely do better. Let's move on. Oh, this one's also Aki? The only information I had here was second round after Akuma missed level 1, not sure how I could have killed. Now, as an Aki player, there is nothing I like hearing more than Akuma level 1, because I already have some fiendish things planned for this combo. Okay, this gets more complicated if you're in burnout. That significantly alters the possibilities if you're in burnout. Okay. Huh. Okay, that kind of changes things. I wasn't expecting you to be in burnout during the combo. That does limit a lot of the options. But let's have a look. The very first thing to highlight is this. One thing you may or may not know about Akuma's level 1 is that it actually has so much recovery, you can do this. So that gives you a slight combo extension because you can put down a puddle in advance. However, it's a little bit annoying because you're in burnout. So it may actually be worth going for a slightly less optimal combo, but one that kills as much time as possible to get out of burnout. Hang on, actually, possibly you could do that and then go into the... Hang on. You may be on the right lines. Folks, I think we got it. I think we got it. Alright, that actually proved to be more interesting than I expected because weirdly, okay, so here's the thing. Let me explain what's going on here. So 99.9% of the time, in this situation, it's optimal to put down the puddle before you start. But in this very unique set of circumstances, that's actually not ideal because you can't take advantage of the puddle that well because you have no drive. So you actually get better results if you walk forward a bunch and then do a really slow combo to get out of burnout at this point, and now you have enough drive rush to do this kind of stuff and then kill. In the heat of the moment, I doubt any Aki player is gonna identify that win condition of actually ignoring the puddle and doing this instead to kill time. But yeah, we can kill here. It's just not as simple as I was expecting. Cool. Interesting. I always learn something myself with one of these. That's why I like doing these segments. It's not just for your benefit, it's also for my benefit, because even with my thousands and thousands of hours of Aki practice, I did not expect that to be the right option. All right, let's move on. We've got another replay with very little information provided here. All I've got is a replay code, round 3 second combo. That's it. That's all that was provided to me. So it's the Elena player. I don't know quite so much about Elena, but I know enough about her because of relatively recent DLC practice. So that's the first combo. And you did spend level 3. Second combo. Okay. Alright. Alright. So whiffs the DI. Now, my gut instinct here is that rather than optimizing for short-term damage, you want to optimize for meter gain. And I'm pretty sure with 6 bars of drive, Elena probably can build 1 bar and end with level 1, even starting from 0. So that's my first option here, is I'm going to look for a triple DRC kind of approach. Does that not work? I was trying to figure out how to end that combo. Also, I'm a little bit concerned by how much health he still has, even with level 1. This is gonna be tricky. Wait. Okay, that still doesn't build enough to kill. Okay, hold on. It's close. I'm running out of ideas here. I mean, yeah, I guess we could fall back on the heavy scythe starter. The reason I don't particularly like this is because you have to do it so early or it's not a punish. Like, if you delay this even a frame, it doesn't work. I guess we can count it because it still counts as a punish. Alright. Okay, that does work. I will count that. The only reason that I'm not super happy with that is that you have to start this with heavy spin scythe and you have to do it instantly on the punish. So this, I'm gonna count this, but if you delay this punish by even a tiny little bit here, then this doesn't work. So this can be saved, but you had to go straight into heavy spin scythe immediately. Cool. Not bad, not bad. We got there in the end. I went on a wild goose chase there for a little while. I spent ages trying to find a micro orc combo that built level 1, and then it ended up doing less damage. All right, up next we've got some Chun-Li, which is a little bit scary because she's probably one of the characters that I know the least about. All right, so this person says, after jumping over Bison Super in round 2, I could have killed with bar, but I think meterless might be possible. I feel bad for this Bison player. Why is your CFN name the worst, sad face? This Bison player needs a self-esteem boost. Okay, so after neutral jumping the super here. Alright, so the challenge here is pretty simple, but it's a question of optimization. The question is, how much meter do you need to spend at minimum? Now, I would imagine you probably don't need to start with a drive rush here. You can probably just do like a jump in. Wait. Okay, so you can do a jump in if you do a dash here. Bison level 1 does have 4,000 years of recovery. Yeah, you can probably also do Hazanshu. Do we need the drive rush? Can we just do dash here? Okay, dash is enough. That's good. We can save a bar or drive. So if we do dash, back heavy punch, and we do a meterless kill here. Alright, what do we do after that? This is going to take a few attempts because I'm really bad at Chun-Li stuff. And then stance HK at the end, I think. Wait, maybe this is meterless. I feel like this might kill meterless. I can probably skip the launch at the end and just do bird kick. It's close enough already. Oh, okay, that works. Cool. So the answer is yes, you can kill here, and you don't need to spend any super to do so. I was kind of surprised by that. Like, I know Chun-Li does have some high damage stuff, but I was expecting that to be like a 1-bar kill. Okay, we have another Elena. Yeah, the rarely seen double Elena. So we've got final round. Okay, so this DI is the starter, I think. I'm not sure about going straight into crouch medium punch there. Okay, so the very first thing I noticed was you did crouch medium punch here. We can definitely improve that. There's probably other things we can do. Let's investigate. I'm gonna start with a neutral jump combo. And then double DRC. And this is hard to gauge because Geef has a lot of health. Okay, that's very close. Let's swap double DRC for EX roll, probably. I think that does slightly more damage, but I don't know if it's enough to make it kill. Oh, it's tantalizingly close. I'm kind of running out of ideas here. I think that was probably the max damage. Medium scythe does more damage than heavy. But then you'd have to do a different ender. Hang on. If you did that, you'd have to do this. And I don't think that kills. It's so hard to figure out if it's going to kill on Zangief. No. That's also a pixel away. I don't think this is possible. This is the least sure I've been about any of them so far, though. He's not coming back, Doctor? Yeah, I think this might be an L. So technically it's possible to kill here, but what you need to do is you need to sneak in a jab just before you get hit by the DI. Like that, and that tiny little bit of Grey Life damage is enough to push this into a kill. that. That does push it over the line, but I don't know. I don't feel good about this. The rules exist for a reason, okay? So, I don't know. That one's the most controversial one so far. He's unorthodox, but damn it, does he get results. Tell it to the ethics committee. All right, let's do this as the last one for today. And there's a reason why I was holding off on this one. There's a reason I saved this one for last. It's because it featured the word jury. And every single time someone submits me a jury replay, I just know it's going to be some level 2 bullshit. And I'm going to have to relearn how this stupid... It's also a nephew replay. I'm going to have to relearn how this stupid super works for the 12th time. Every doctor has one area of medicine that they hate. For me, it's always jury. Simply optimize nephew's gameplay. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna be here for a while. Okay, before we even start investigating level 2s, let's just see what we can do without a level 2. Is there an easy way out here? Oh, maybe. That's without a micro walk. Hold on. Anything to avoid the level 2. I'm going to try and investigate every option that doesn't require me to have to learn the level 2 again. Even if it's like frame perfect micro walks. What is the target combo? It's medium punch, heavy punch, heavy punch. Oh, back heavy punch. Okay. I think this is possible without the level 2. I think I'm going to bypass the risk entirely here. I think that this might be possible to just like yeet straight through the execution barrier. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good that I completely skipped the whole challenge and it feels so good. You might think that's disappointing. I'm sure there's some true maniacs that were expecting me to spend the next 6 hours of my life labbing a level 2 combo. I'm so happy that I found a way around that. See, this is the thing with modern medicine, you see? You don't need to like saw off the patient's leg. Sometimes there's a more elegant, simple solution. We just give you a bit of medicine and send you on your way, you know? Couple of tablets, get your blood pressure under control. We'll see you 6 months from now. Tubasa found a 2-bar solution? This was submitted by Tubasa. And this just makes me even happier. The jury player instinct was to just assume that starting from the level 2 was the hinge point. Basically what I'm saying here, and I don't mean to brag, but I am the greatest jury player who ever lived. Can we agree on that? I'm gonna coach nephew in the next Sage Am Slam, you know? I don't know what to do with myself. I've got off work early. I've got free time. All right, cool. I think that's going to do it for today's episode of Combo Doctor. Thanks for all the submissions. Hope this was useful for anyone looking into trying to figure out how to optimize combos. Maybe let me know down in the comments section if you guys attempted the challenges yourself. Did you find any alternate solutions that I missed? I will see you guys all in the next video.